Hey, how y'all doing? This Ric Sincere with MTMV Sports, y'all. I'm so happy to be joined today, man, by the one and only Tyson Bordeaux. Look, 6'5", 180 pounds, nearly headed to Grambling State University. I can't wait to get into this conversation. I can't wait to get into this interview. Right after this, we'll dive into this one-on-one with Tyson Bordeaux.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
What's up, Coach? I'm doing great today.
Awesome, man. Yo, I'm so happy to have you here, bro. We're gonna get straight into it, right? The big question on everybody's mind: 6'5", 180 pounds, nearly, right? Run phenomenal routes. Looking at your film is crazy, and I'm sure you had offers. I know you had offer from Morgan State. I want to know, right? You chose Grambling State University.
Yes,
Why?
sir. Big reason, for me and my family, I wanted to go somewhere, whether it was a HBCU, a university, just anywhere. I wanted to go somewhere where they would take care of me, whether I was playing football or not, where they would care for me and where I can further my education. And I know Grambling is a place I can do that.
Awesome. Were you okay? So at your height, your weight, you talked about whether you're playing football or not. Were you thinking? Have you played any other sports besides football?
Yeah. For a matter of fact, my first sport, my first love was actually basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was a kid. I picked up a basketball first before I picked up a football. I showed more interest in basketball. My favorite player is Chris Paul. But over time, I feel as a high school, I think I just fell in love with scoring touchdowns and not scoring buckets.
I got you, yo. So let me ask, what part of your football game is almost like your basketball game?
I say my release game, at the line, I use similar moves to basketball. Basketball actually helps with a lot of sports. Just quick releases off the line, getting that jab, learning how to box out and go up for the ball. Basketball helped me with my game a lot.
Wow. Okay. So man, scoring touchdowns, just over scoring baskets. I feel at 100%. I want to dive into just real quick your mentality, right? Because when I see you at the line of scrimmage, it's crazy. And I just saw footage of you like breaking from the line of scrimmage, knocking somebody's hands down, and them falling on the ground as you continue with your route.
Yes, sir.
What's your mentality when you're at the line of scrimmage? Is you the DB, y'all head up? What's the mindset there?
My mindset at the line of scrimmage, uh, at the line of scrimmage, it's almost like playing tag. My mindset is, play tag with him. Don't let him touch you. Shake him a little. Get him off his line. Make him feel uncomfortable. That's my release. And then, going further into the route is now just kill him. Just beating him off the ball. Just getting deeper into my route. And then, of course, when the ball goes up in there, it's mine.
So that's the mindset when the ball is in the air. It's mine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look, that's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like, man. Do you have any drills you specifically run, right, or things you do maybe possibly with your dad? Because if anybody knows you, they know about the Bordeaux boys, right? And they know like that's your dad and your brothers. That's a whole package, right? So they know about that. Well, is there anything that y'all do specifically to help you out with those, those 50-50 balls?
Most likely 50-50 balls, me and my brothers, we used to do 1,000 catches a week. And that was just, our hands getting used to gripping the ball, getting used to catching it. So as soon as it hits your hands, you automatically just have a reaction of catching it. That's where a lot of my 50-50 balls come from. A lot of my jump balls. It's just when the ball sticks to my hands, I'm not letting go just from catching so many balls throughout the week with my brothers.
Wow. And I know you do a lot of unique, innovative training styles, right? One thing you do is incorporate martial arts into your training. How does that help you at receiver?
Martial arts helped me because, my dad is my instructor. My dad is a big martial artist. So, growing up, a lot of times my dad would take us in the garage and we would work on blocks, blocking punches. So as a receiver, off the line, it's almost the same thing, blocking the jam, not letting somebody touch you or just having that reaction of when somebody touches you, you do this, you block it like this. And, that helped a lot for me in football.
Did it also help with discipline as well? Because I know to learn those moves, there's a lot of discipline involved. Does it help with discipline?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it helps with a lot of discipline, and just keeping your mindset calm, not getting too rowdy, not getting too angry. It also falls in place for football, after a drop ball, or after a bad route, you're not having your head down, moving on to the next play, just staying calm, just having that mindset. It helped a lot.
Wow. Now you're headed to Grambling State University. And that, man, there's a lot that goes into that name, right? There's a whole lot that goes into being a product of that school, but you're heading into that legacy, right? Under Coach Hugh Jackson. What about going into Grambling excites you the most?
Going into Grambling, of course it's having fun, but for me going into Grambling is playing at those big games, is really playing at the Southern Classic, you know, having all those people, it's in the Superdome. I never got a chance to play in an NFL stadium. So, that was my mindset going into Grambling.
Is there anything about Coach Hugh Jackson that kind of stood out to you as, you know what, I want this guy to be my head coach?
Yeah, most definitely. Knowing Coach Hugh Jackson, over the years, he's coached in the NFL. He's coached at big time universities. So I know he has plugs into the league, and that's obviously where I want to end up. Obviously when I want to finish school first, but of course I want to get to the league and continue doing what I love.
Okay, now I'm gonna get into a little bit of the schedule, right? We'll dive into the schedule that's coming up. I'm gonna talk about the schedule. We have Jackson State on the schedule, right? Bethune-Cookman, Prairie View, Alabama A&M, Florida A&M. You mentioned already about the Bayou Classic, which happens against Southern. You'll be playing in the Superdome for that one. Are there any games on the schedule that you looked at and kind of circled as, man, this is a game I'm super looking forward to playing?
Yes, actually, I got a few games in my notes, and just having it in my head that, of course, Jackson State. That's a big game I want to win. That's a big game I want to ball out in. Them having so many big names and then bringing so much attention, it will only help the both of us for this game. And as players, it'll get us a lot of attention. It also make us a lot better. Just both two good teams dogging it out. I'm gonna love playing against Jackson State.
Wow, so you paid attention, so you know what's going on with that. There's a possible matchup there that people would be excited to see. You got the 6'5", 3-star wide receiver, right, coming out of Poly, going up against possibly the number one cornerback in the nation, or number one cornerback recruit in the nation.
Yeah, he's
Ryan Travis.
He's number one for sure.
Yeah. So when you think about that matchup, does that influence you at all in your training? Right? Does that keep you focused? Like, how does that influence you?
Yeah, it actually pushes me a lot. Going against the number one corner in the nation, it pushes me. I want to ball out against him, but I also want to have a good matchup. I know he's coming with it, and I'm gonna be coming with it too. So, I've just been in the lab, just been in the weight room, knowing that matchup's coming up, it only pushes me.
I love it, man. I love it because that's normally that's how dogs are supposed to respond. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how like players or those guys are supposed to respond to that type of competition, right? I see the competition, I use it to fuel my workouts, right?
Yes, sir.
And I use all of it. Awesome, man. I love to hear it. Okay, cool. Now I want to ask about this whole new thing, right? We're in a brand new world of NIL deals, right? Name, image, likeness. You can sign those type of deals, and that, a guy like you, man, you're marketable, right? How does that type of stuff influence you as you're heading into this collegiate journey?
I heading into this journey, I don't really think about it too much because I don't want to think of it as a job. I think of it of me, playing football is doing something I love. It's been doing something I did my whole life. So I just look at it as now I could get paid for doing something I love. It only helps me and it makes me feel more comfortable.
So for you, you're thinking immediately, okay, I know that's there, but I don't want to focus on it too much. Right? I
Yes,
don't want to
most
make it my
definitely.
whole
I
thing.
don't want to put my whole mindset on just knowing that I have a contract. It's still work to be put in. I still got a family to feed, but that also helps a lot, though.
So football first.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
I love it, man. Let's talk about the family. Let's talk about your support system. You have a great support system.
Yes, sir.
How much does that influence you, or how much does that help you out as you dive into a brand new world going into college?
I have a great support system. All my life, I've always had the best support system in the world from both my family and friends. It also helps me playing into my game, with a support system like that, knowing I got people I got to do this for, I got to make up for this. I have a family to feed. I have brothers to feed. I have cousins to feed. I got cousins looking up to me, brothers looking up to me. it's only right that I have no choice but to succeed. That pushes me a lot, but it also it makes me feel loved. It makes me feel more appreciative of my family and friends.
When you decided, hey, I'm headed to Grambling, how did that influence your brothers? How did your family respond to that?
My family was actually excited because as everybody knows, not a lot of California recruits out here go to HBCUs, and it's more likely because not saying we're not comfortable with it, but we're not more aware of it. We don't see too many HBCUs out here. It's not too many HBCUs on the West Coast, so HBCUs is not. I don't want to say not a big thing, but it's not out there in the open to where a lot of people have it in their mind that they would like to take a chance on HBCUs. So when I brought it to my family was more than excited that I was trying to make a change, hopping on a new wave, and I've had nothing but support and love from then.
So what brought HBCUs to your framework? Like what kind of put it on your mind?
Travis Hunter, seeing one day in class, me and my friends, we seen on Instagram that Travis Hunter went to Jackson State. And, us knowing that Travis Hunter is the number one recruit in the country, him going to Jackson State, that changed a lot of our minds. But for me, I was like, well, if he's going to Jackson State, I'm not saying I don't want to play with him, but I want to make it competitive. I want to make the whole swag, the whole HBCUs, more turned up and more, how you say it, have more attention. So I just wanted to go to Grambling, and then one day I told my dad, yeah, I want to go to Grambling. That's where I want to go. And within about a week, he made an offer for me to talking to Coach Hugh Jackson.
Wow. Now people speculate about that. People have, thought about that, but not everybody knows, right, how much of an influence that actually had on players, right? I think it matters. I thought it was big when I saw it. I was like, oh snap, this might change the game a little bit. And you're saying it did change the game for you.
Yes, sir. Most definitely did. Like I said, he's the number one recruit. So, like, just knowing he can do it, it's like I can for sure do it too. If he's going to take a chance, why can't I take a chance? Man, let's all hop in this way. Let's start something new.
I love it. Man, I love that. Okay, so now we're diving back into your game a little bit. I want to know, you're 6'5", man. Great off the line of scrimmage. Especially, you run great routes. And what people may not know is after the catch, you a dog too.
Yes, sir.
I love that about your game, man. I want to know, just from you, what type of cornerbacks give you the most trouble?
The most trouble? I'll just give examples of some cornerbacks that give me the most trouble, and it's my teammates. Dalen Austin, Donovan Turner, for sure Donovan Turner, and Kylan Allen. They gave me the most trouble throughout this whole season. Not one DB in a game was as good as them. Either three of them, just because there's some dogs too. So, like, I would say the type of DB that gives me the most trouble is for sure a dog just like me, and more patient. More waiting to see what my reaction would be. That would give me the most trouble.
Look, so I've talked to a few people. Shaq Davis, the MVP of the Celebration Bowl. When I talked to him, he told me about the Kobe Durant, right? A guy who's headed to the NFL. He said that the thing that was so great about his game was patience.
Yes,
and you're mentioning it too, is patience. What about a patient cornerback gives a wide receiver trouble?
I say, most DBs want to get their hands on you, want to get physical at the line. I say a patient DB is more sudden. It just wants to move with you, and wants to follow you, it wants to have you take him where he's going. And so I feel like it gives you the most trouble is because he's always going to be there. Knowing he's right there on your hip, it makes it hard for receivers to catch the ball and get open.
So they're patient because they're with you every step of the way, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
Then they're just waiting for you to make the move so they can make their move.
Yes, sir.
And they also must have they must have the speed too to
yes,
stay
sir.
with you, right?
That's the big thing for DBs, especially you have speed and patience. That's a good combination for a DB.
Wow. Okay, cool. Man, look, I feel like I know some football stuff, man. I still feel like I'm learning though. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I
sir.
feel
I'm
like I'm learning
too.
right now.
We're all learning.
Cool. All right, now as we go in, which wide receivers, right, in the NFL or college, which wide receivers are you like, you know what, that guy's game is very similar to my game?
Yeah. I don't want to say a guy's game is really similar to mine because, I want to say I branched off and not say did my own thing, but not say built a new receiver, but I want to be my own thing. I want to be Tyson Bordeaux. I don't want to be like nobody else. I want to start my own way. But similar DBs I say I play like is Keenan Allen and Mike Evans. Most likely just because I watched so much film overnight. I watched so much film in class just of Keenan Allen and Mike Evans. Keenan Allen's routes, and then you got Mike Evans going up big for a dog, and then they're both tall receivers. That influenced me a lot.
Have you looked at a guy like we talked about Drake London before, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you looked at him a little bit as well?
I looked at him a lot, especially when he was at USC, when he was dogging everybody. He just showed the mentality that he is a dog and that he can run after the catch. He can go up big for a catch. I actually trained with Drake London a couple times. We actually go to the same trainer, Jeff Johnson, with Elite Athletes.
Oh, okay. So you're training with your dad, plus you're also training with other trainers as well.
Yes, sir. Jeff Johnson, Elite Athletes, got me right. That was actually someone that impacted my life or my game a lot. He actually probably saved my game. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you feel that you had a major jump from your junior year to your senior year as far as productivity is concerned?
Yes, sir. Because junior year going into the senior year, me going in the mindset of that summer, that knowing this is my last year for me to get up out of here. Just to have that mindset, to wanting to get up out of here and get to college, and knowing I got people to feed and I got people looking up to me. I have no choice but to get up out of here. So yeah, that was a big change for me going into my senior year.
Okay. So now I want to know, right? In recruiting, there's always this moment that seals the deal. Like they're talking, right? They're pitching something, and there's a moment for you that kind of clicks. Like, this is it. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Were you talking to Coach Hugh Jackson when that happened? Or were you talking to maybe an offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach at the time? What happened, and when was it where you were like, this is it? This is where I want to go, hands down.
Matter of fact, it actually happened for me at home on YouTube when I was watching the Southern Bayou Classic. That's what really made me want to go, and just seeing Coach Hugh Jackson step on board. Yeah, that was changed my mindset and knew I wanted to go to Grambling right away.
Wow. So the Bayou Classic happened.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, cool. All right. Now, I want you to do me this favor. Most people, like I said, if they know you, they know the whole family, right? They know you, they know your father, they know your brothers. I want you to give us a little bit of a clue about each brother's game. I'm gonna go one by one, okay? And then as I talk about your brothers, you just kind of say, okay, this is what their game is like, or describe their game a little bit. You can do it in one sentence, you can do it longer. It's up to you, right? But we're gonna go down the road and just give me some clue about, what the next generation of Bordeaux will look like. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Let's start off with Tristan. What is his game like?
My brother Tristan, he's very patient. He's very smart. He will always do his job. There won't be a play where he won't be doing his job, and he's very much a team player. He's not trying to be the big guy all the time or be selfish. He plays his role.
Wow. Okay. So what's scary about him as far as you're on the offense, you see him across the way. What's scary about him?
I say what's scary about him is just knowing that you're not going to be able to trick him. You're not going to get him out of place. No matter what, he will always get the job done. Just knowing that if we run it this way, we got to deal with him and really get him out the way because he's not going to go for it.
Awesome. Okay. What about Titus?
Oh, that's an all-around athlete. That's the all-around athlete. He can do any sport. He can play any position. I didn't see my brother score touchdowns, catch picks, one-headed catches for 99 yards. I didn't see my brother do it all. Return kicks. My brother's a dog.
Wow. Okay. So I want to say Taj. Is Taj?
Yes, sir.
Okay, talk to me about his game.
My brother Taj, he's an 8th grader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taj, I say he is very patient and smart too. He's not the biggest guy, but he's very tall and he plays the game with patience.
Cool, man. Cool. All right. So of all the brothers, who do you expect to be like, yo, man, this brother's in the league? I know for a fact.
My two youngest brothers. I can't even weigh it out to pick an upper hand. My two youngest brothers go in the league. I'm already knowing.
Okay. I love it, man. All right, cool. Now, let's talk about one more guy, right? Who we talked to before. Guy who that's my dude, man. Devin Samples. I want to ask about his game as well. And I know recently he received the offer from Grambling State as well, right? And I know he's considering that now. What would Grambling State alum be getting if they got a Devin Samples?
If they got a Devin Samples, they'd be getting a dog, a smart dog at that. He has so much confidence, but he is very humble. He does his job. He's not scared. He's very brave. He's not the biggest guy, but he gets things done. When he hits them holes and hits that sideline, he's out of there. And it takes more than one guy to bring him down.
Wow. Yeah, man, he's great. Man, I love watching his game. I love watching him on film, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Right? I don't know where he's going or what he's gonna choose. But if he chooses Grambling, he goes there. They're definitely getting a absolute athlete. So now let's flip it back to you. What should the Grambling State alum be looking for? What are they going to get out of Tyson Bordeaux?
Like I said, gonna get a receiver with hunger. I feel I have something to prove. Not just to me, but to everybody watching me play. I'm not saying I'm the most cockiest, but I feel I'm very humble, but I'm a dog too at the same time.
Cool, man. All right. Now, you mentioned playing in the NFL, that kind of stuff, right? Is that your ultimate goal?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. So somebody's watching this right now, and they're saying, man, I like that dude. I like his attitude. I like his humility, right? They probably seen you on film. They like that too. There's no way anybody can look at your film and not like it. No way, right? So they like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Those are just facts. So they're looking at that and they're like, yo, I like this kid. And they want to pray for you. We're praying podcast here, man. Somebody wants to pray for you, right? What type of prayer request would you have? Or what can they pray for you about?
I say pray for me and my family. And, as I continue this journey, as we continue this journey, please.
Absolutely. All right, sir. Look, it's your world right now. Any shout outs you want to give, anybody you want to show love to, right? Anything you want to talk about right now, go for it, sir. It's your world. Give your shout outs.
I want to shout out to my family. I shout out Long Beach Poly. Shout out a lot of my coaches, but for sure shout out my brothers. They're on the way to the top. And shout out Grambling State University.
Yo, I like it. All right, man. Thank you so much. Give people your handle so they can know where to reach you, so they can know, how to get in and how to follow your story, possibly get in contact with you. Go ahead and do that for us now.
Yes, sir. On Instagram, you can follow me at Tyson Bordeaux _15, and my Twitter is also at Tyson Bordeaux _15.
Cool. You got any TikToks?
Nah, I don't got no TikTok.
No.
Little cousins do. My little brothers do.
Okay. I know Devin said he on TikTok doing dances and stuff, man. You on some of those too?
Yeah, Devin's going crazy on TikTok right now.
Cool, man. Yo, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I truly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, y'all. That was Tyson Bordeaux of Grambling State University. He's coming in this year. Listen, if you are part of the Grambling State University family or Gram fam, go out and show him some love, right? If you're just interested in HBCU sports, he's one of the guys that you're going to be paying attention to. He's in the mode of those other guys like Shaq Davis and all of the guys who are 6'5", right, who are coming in with speed, agility, and run after catch, man. This guy's going to be dynamic. I'm super excited about him and his future career, and I can't wait to dive into this whole entire swag season. It is going to be incredible. The whole HBCU season is going to be incredible. Even than me, I can't wait to see what's going on there as well. It is going to be a great season. All right, y'all. See y'all next time.